The January 6th committee doesn't have much time left because Republicans are taking over the House in January. And Republican Adam Kinzinger now says that Donald Trump absolutely is guilty of crimes committed in advance of January 6th. There's a report from The Hill. Congressman Adam Kinzinger, Republican from Illinois, said Wednesday that former President Trump is, quote, absolutely guilty of a crime surrounding the January 6th riot at the Capitol. I think he's guilty of a crime. This is a quote. I mean, look, he knew what he did. We've made that clear. He knew what was happening prior to January 6th. He pressured the Justice Department officials to say, hey, just say the election was stolen and leave the rest to me. And then the Republicans all need to put the stamp of approval on it, Kinzinger told CNN's Jake Tapper on The Lead. Quote, I think he is absolutely guilty. If he is not guilty of some crime, of some kind of a crime, I mean, what we've basically said is presidents are above the law and they can do everything short of a coup as long as it doesn't succeed, Kinzinger said, though he gave the caveat that even as a member of the January 6th panel, he doesn't have the DOJ's power to press charges. Well, that we know. You could make the case that over the 4 years ending on January 6, 2021 or January 10th, 2021, Donald Trump committed dozens of counts of obstruction. Put that aside from possible sedition based on his actions, myriad conspiracy charges of all kinds associated with the Republican coup attempt, mishandling of classified documents, taking classified documents, and then in addition to that, minimum on the criminal side, think about all of the potential civil claims that could be made. Reminder that is important, which is if and until we have reason to revise our belief, it is pretty widely known that the Department of Justice, to some degree, accepts that a president is above the law. Not in a literal sense, but there is this convention that has taken place. And until we actually see the DOJ behave differently, we don't really have a reason to revise that perspective. So the January 6th committee will be meeting next week. They announced that yesterday. It's described as a business meeting. Business for them is a little bit different than what we consider to be business, but presumably they will be meeting to make a decision as to what, if any, criminal referrals they are going to make. The news from last week, the January 6th committee will be making criminal referrals. Will they in fact do that? And against whom remains to be seen. Good habits have to be sustainable in order to become habits. It has to be something you'll actually do. And when it comes to nutrition, some people have hours to plan out every meal, their exact vitamin intake. I'm not doing any of that. I don't have the time. Here's what's sustainable for me. I start my day with just a single scoop of AG1 from Athletic Greens. It gives me the entire day's worth of the 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, and probiotics I want from whole food sources. It's just simple. It's just one scoop of AG1. I get all the nutrients I want. I don't have to do any math, use my protractor, my TI-83, or take a bunch of different capsules and pills. It's not some kind of wacky supplement making a bunch of crazy claims. You know, I would not promote something like that. AG1 is just a simple product. It does what it says it does. It gives you the daily nutrients and vitamins you likely want, vitamin A, C, E, magnesium, zinc, potassium, in one simple scoop. You keep your body nourished. You'll also get a free year supply of vitamin D, which I take in the winter, plus 5 free travel packs at athleticgreens.com/Pacman. The link is down below.